But to your question, I've been here 4 or 5 days now. Before the election, 2 days before the election, during elections yesterday, I observed, witnessed the rallies before, especially for the president in Njiri, 2 days before. And then today, after voting, I've gone back to Njiri to see those polling stations, the situation. First, I want to commend the DRC Congo for holding this election. I think it's the second or third democratic election you're having in Congo. Just that aspect that you've been able to hold the election is commendable in Africa, given that there are many countries in Africa where there is no democracy, and given the past also. So I commend you. And also, democracy is not cheap. I read in the newspaper that close to $1 billion, 800 million US dollars was spent on election. Yes, democracy is not cheap. It's important that people exercise their choice. Congo DR is a very important country in Africa. I think God deliberately put it in the center of Africa to show that it is the hub, it's the nucleus. From there, all countries are supposed actually to benefit. Congo is about the most richest underground. God endowed you or gave Congo. He didn't give them to other countries. Gave Congo copper underground, gold, diamond, cotton. Congolese people, you were born and you found God had given you that. So it's unique. You are over 100 million and it's a wide, big country. So now that an election is organized, it's commendable. What I observed the day before, democracy was at play. People were able, I saw billboards of all participants of at presidential level. I saw rallies. People were free to campaign. I saw with my own eyes. And then what is impressive, also before election, there was no violence. No one was removing anyone's posters. I saw posters of the ruling government, Fatih, and of the opposition, the billboards, wherever. No one was touching them. I've been to countries where the billboards are removed, posters torn. Everyone was walking by, and it was pre-election peaceful. On the actual day also, despite the shortcoming in some places, it's well documented, the voting started late, an hour, 2 to 4 hours, and much more in some places. Obviously because of the logistical issues, and but what is important is towards midday, I noticed that the voting started. We witnessed one polling station from the beginning when they began. And then your system also is impressive. It's dual system. So you have people voting on the computer, but then it doesn't end there. The computer print out who they have voted for president, for deputy, and others. The sheet comes out and it's put in the box. So later on, when it closes, you can reconcile the records in the computer and the actual paperwork. So the whole day it went on. Towards the end, you could see lines getting up. People were eager to vote. They want to be heard. In other countries, they just sit, they don't come. But people wanted to be heard and wanted to vote. And we know voting was extended into the night, which is good. Everyone was given an opportunity to vote. And I did not see anyone beaten. The security was outside. But there was no problem anywhere. So people were able to enter and participate as they wish.
Yeah, that is maybe the key questions about the human rights abuse or human rights violation. As an observer, have you got to record some of the things related to the human rights abuse?
No, with my own eyes, there was no such incident. It's impressive. Everyone was walking by freely. And no one was being interrogated, no one was beaten, at least in Kinshasa, where I've been observing. So no, human rights were well respected. Everyone was freely walking in and choosing as they pleased. Now, after today, I went back the polling station in Njiri. It's calm. They have counted the votes, and they've put the votes outside each polling station. So you can go and see president who's got how many votes. You can see for deputy. You can see for others. So the release of votes is made public at the entrance, which is also commendable. And now what remains is for the Electoral Commission to compile. As an outsider, we don't know the results, and the results is not. We are not. It's a call for the Congolese people to decide who they want to be their president, who they choose, and we can only observe how the process went. And from my own eyes, as a member of the Pan-Africa Parliament, as an elected member of the African Parliament, and also the Parliament of Zambia, I've witnessed many elections in Africa. What I witnessed went on calmly where I was here in Kinshasa. And I commend the organizers, I commend the people of Congo that I observed yesterday. They were calm and exercised their right to vote.
And based on your own experience, the past experience, so do you have a particular reading on the fact that the Electoral Commission has extended the vote for electors?
Well, first of all, one would need to go what's important is everyone should not be defranchised. Defranchised is you are stopped from exercising your vote. So there should be no reason to stop anyone from exercising their vote. If for some logistical reasons, as we saw, the ballot in some places were delayed. First, this is Africa, and where we are coming from, Africa is just recovering from the colonial masters that did not leave us infrastructure. So it's not easy to move logistics. So if the election started a bit late, people did not start voting on time, it only made sense that it's extended from 5 p.m. because originally it should have closed at 5 p.m. So when we were told at one that it will extend until everyone was there voted, it means they were being given a chance to exercise their human right to express themselves, who they want to lead them. And also allow me to say, it shows that Africa, we can lead ourselves, we can organize our own elections, we don't need the Americans, we don't need the Europeans, the people from Asia to come and conduct elections for us. And Congo doesn't need the Africa Union or Pan-Africa Parliament or SADC. You conduct them yourselves, and we just observers. We're not even monitors, and we can only say what we experience. So the fact that Congo now is able to is very good news for Africa.
Yeah, maybe the last question is about your recommendation as a chairman, because the human being activity is no longer perfect. Maybe you have been observing some shortcomings or some weakness in the organization of those ongoing on elections. Do you have a particular recommendations to the Congolese to improve maybe for the incoming organization of the election?
Well, not really. I can only observe the good thing, and just that Congo, Viva Congo, continue exercising the right like other countries have been doing. And also, Congo is part of SADC. What is important in SADC and Central Africa, unlike what is happening in other parts of Africa, like in West Africa, we know there's a lot of unconventional, unconstitutional change of government. But here in Congo, you say no to that and you exercise your vote. Everybody goes there and votes. It's only an encouragement to Congo is that continue exercising your rights and the people to speak and also to unite, to respect who supports a particular candidate, not to fight. You fight with words of ideas. You believe in this kind of management. And then at the end of the day, the final detail is in the ballot there when you press on the computer. So it's just a commendation, and I would like to be positive about the election and not pick a negative. I like to be optimistic and objective. So I want to congratulate Congo, and may the best candidate according to the Congolese people, how they spoke in the vote, win the election.
Thank you very much, dear Chairman Miles Sampa, for your time.
Thank you. God bless Congo.